everyone! I have been collecting some just completely random products over the last couple of months, and I don't think any of them specifically deserve their own video focusing on them, maybe a blog post. But before I get into all this stuff, if there's a product that you think really I should explore a little bit more in depth, please let me know in the comments below, and if I don't do a full-on video, I will definitely do a blog post. Sometimes that's a little easier to do than a whole video, and I really have been neglecting my blog, and maybe that'll kickstart me into doing more posts on that. If you haven't checked out my blog, by the way, the link is down below, and it's always linked at the end of my videos as well, just missgoldgirl.com. Okay, enough self-promotion, let's get into it. So this is completely random. This is a deodorant. You all know, or you should know, that I love my Mitchum 48 Hour deodorant and antiperspirant. I still haven't found anything better, but I saw this new Degree one. I think Suave makes one as well. It's a dry spray, so it's sort of like a dry shampoo almost. It goes on clear and dry to the touch, and it does that, but you know what it doesn't do? It doesn't stop you from sweating. So this says it's a 48-hour antiperspirant. No, it is not. As you know, Pacifica has sent me quite a few things. They actually sent me a second shipment of stuff, and it's hit or miss for me, and I'll be honest, mostly miss. A lot of people love them. It didn't work for me. So I'm not a big fan of natural products. If they're just natural for being natural sake, that's not really effective. They still need to be effective and useful, and for me, I have not found that to be the case. They sent me these purified coconut water cleansing wipes. These did not take off any makeup at all. It was like rubbing just a kind of wet cloth over my face repeatedly with nothing, almost nothing came off. I still had to wash my face twice to get everything off. They also sent me this multi-mineral BB cream, and it's shade matching, it says, and it's an all-in-one bare skin tint, illuminating primer, perfecting finish. It, you know, comes out in a squeezy tube, and it's just your usual, you know, kind of gooey, creamy, you know, tinted moisturizer like BB cream. And I don't think there's any SPF in it or anything like that. There isn't. And when it says it gives you a dewy, radiant, bare finish, bare is the key word there. It gave no finish, no tint to my face whatsoever. It didn't do anything. So I would not recommend that. However, their roller balls, they gave me a variety of roller balls. They look like this. If you don't want to, I'm a big fan of roller balls for perfume or any kind of scent. If you don't want to commit to a full-on normal size package, this is a great way to try a scent. They gave me quite a few. This one I'm holding is the Tuscan Blood Orange. They're all lovely scents. If you're a big fan of gardenias, then I would say grab the Tahitian Gardenia. It's a very pretty, strong gardenia scent. These are great. Another thing they sent me was their Natural Minerals Stellar Glaze Length and Strengthen Mineral Mascara. And this actually isn't a bad product. They sent it to me in both black and brown. And it's, you know, pretty basic mascara. Very nice fat wand if you're into that sort of thing, which I am. The problem is the slightest hint of moisture, it came running down my face. Like, it didn't even just kind of flake. It was just black streaks. And where I live, it can get quite humid, and moisture is usually present for most of the year, and so that isn't going to work for me. But if you're into a natural mascara and you live in a more dry climate, I would recommend giving this a shot. I bit the bullet and bought the Sonia Kashuk, one of the velvety matte lip crayons. The shade I picked was Candy Nude, and mine keeps, see how it's like falling out? Like, it's just go back in, so that's a problem. But it's a really pretty color. It's quite creamy, and I didn't find it particularly drying on the lips, but it lasts a really long time. I was very pleased with this, and I will investigate some other shades, but I found some other matte stuff that we will talk about, if I can find it in here, in a moment, that I like even better. Okay, there. One is what I have on. These are the new Milani matte lipsticks. They're in the same packaging as their regular lipstick. I first saw this on Erin, Busby Style, at, of all places, her mother-in-law's funeral. She was wearing the shade Matte Blissful, and I never saw her reapply it, and it was on for hours, and it's such a pretty soft shade, an everyday shade, so that's what I have on here. I also picked up Matte Orchid, which is quite bright and very similar in tone to my Sonia Kashuk one, a little more hot pink, I would say, a little less corally. The other one seems a little coral undertone. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie, these are drying. matte lipsticks generally are. They stay put. I will pick up some other shades. My Milani display at my local CVS was completely picked bare, so I'm looking forward to trying some of the other ones, but I really did like those. You know that I went and shot with Clinique. They gave me a huge goodie bag of stuff, and I liked a lot of it. I'm not gonna lie, just because they gave it to me doesn't mean I'm gonna like it, but I have been using a lot of it, and one of the things that gave me, and I never even looked twice at it until I saw someone else use it in a video, is this brush on cream liner, and this is in the shade Black Honey, and it's kind of one of their iconic colors, I would say. I'm actually wearing it right now as a liner. I saw Ruth Crilly wear this in one of her tutorials, and it's such a pretty true brown, not a dark brown, not an almost black brown. It's just brown, and it's got a reddish kind of undertone, and I think it's flattering on green-eyed, hazel-eyed people like myself, and it's incredibly easy to use as a brush on liner, and I even just used the dinky little brush that came with it, and I've been using it, and I am really pleased with it. I think they only have this in 2 shades, this and more of they gave me a soft gray one that I have to say I haven't tried yet, but very pleased. I have been sticking to the brown-black colors, but I'm very much enjoying that. It is very user-friendly. Another product that was in my goodie bag that I've been using a lot is this Touch Base for Eyes. It's in the shade Petal Shimmer. If you're a fan of like MAC's Paint Pot in Bare Study, or this reminds me very much of the Benefit cream shadows in texture, and it's a lot more user-friendly to get your finger in there. I think you can see I've really put quite a dent in it. It's a lot more opaque on the lid. It's not going to show up great here, but I think you get the idea. And I think, again, that this only comes in a couple of shades. I really like the kind of off pink color, and I put this on underneath more shimmery shadows like what I'm wearing today, and I've been really pleased at the effect. Now, I wear eye primers to just boost the color of what I'm putting on top of it and to cancel out the veiny stuff going on my lids. I don't use it to hold my shadow any longer, so I couldn't tell you if it works well for that, but I've had no problem with shadows fading and stuff like that. If you are a Wet n Wild fan, I know this didn't get the best of reviews on some other channels, but I picked this up a couple days ago. This is a limited edition from Wet n Wild. It's their vinyl collection. I'm wearing it today. Here are the colors. Again, it's that kind of like, if you're a fan of MAC, All That Glitters, this is very, I think, a little more pigmented and creamier than that. I am wearing this in the lid, this in the crease, this in the lid, this in the kind of outer half of the lid, and this in the crease. These colors, I think, are very creamy, very pigmented. Yes, they're shimmery, sparkle. They're not really sparkly. I mean, you can see it in the pan that there's some sparkle, but I don't think it translates. They're just very soft, light, shimmery colors. Great for washing all over the lid with maybe just one, if you want kind of a more natural look. If you're a Wet n Wild fan, pick these up. They're limited edition. They're like $3, $4. I don't think you will regret the purchase. And this was a gift. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that I ran out and bought a Tom Ford Eye Color Quad, but many of you told me to get this one. This is the Eye Color Quad in Cocoa Mirage. This is what Tom Ford, I mean, it's beautiful packaging, although I will say kind of hard to open. Like if you have moisturized hands, there's nowhere to get in there and really, okay. So this is what the quad looks like. It's beautifully pigmented. I think they're all matte. This one has some satin finish to it. They are lovely. Are they worth, I think it's like $90 or something like that? Absolutely not. However, if you are a matte shadow fan and you're only gonna wear this kind of shadows, then go for it and buy it. The colors are gorgeous. They're pigmented. That's that color on the bottom right here. They're pigmented, they blend well, they last forever. That's that shimmery, satiny one. And then here's the dark brown all by itself. I mean, they're beautiful. And I honestly can say I have nothing in my collection that quite matches up to any of them, but darn, they are expensive. You know, I think that if you really want to splurge and give someone like an amazing gift, that's what these are for, because these are really fun to have, but not so fun to buy for yourself. So I would say if you want to blow you know, almost $100 on a gift on someone and make it memorable, this would be a great gift for that. I bought Beautylish. I'm just jumping around. Beautylish has like a, I don't know what you call it. It's like their spring beauty box or something. They do this thing once a year, and you either pick a neutral palette or a kind of crazy palette, and you don't really know what's coming in the box. It sells out in like a day. This was in it. This is a Kevyn Aucoin eyeshadow duo, and I got it in sugared, well, it's sugared peach and rust brown shimmer. Now these are gorgeous, and I would have to say that if I was going to splurge on an eyeshadow palette, it would be Kevyn Aucoin before Tom Ford. These colors are so pretty and so soft and so not focusing. There we go. There we go. Aren't those pretty? They're pretty. And his stuff, what a loss to the world when we lost Kevyn Aucoin. But his makeup lives on, and it is awesome. And I've been wearing this duo a lot over the last few months. I don't know if I always link it or not, but it's there. A subscriber told me to buy this, Daniela. I went to lunch with her last week. You saw her in the vlog. This is the Besame Brightening French Vanilla Powder in Translucent. And I have to say it's incredibly travel friendly if you're wanting to take a loose powder with you anywhere. The packaging is very, very travel friendly. Comes with this little puff, which I like that you can. And the only thing I will say is I love and hate the packaging. So there's a little place to put the puff, and then you gotta open it up, and then that's in there, and then I guess you dump it out into the lid. That part is messy. I can't, okay, if I put my nose in it, I can smell it, but if you're worried about fragrance, it's very minimal, and it is a yellow tone powder, so if you're a fan of the Ben Nye banana powder, I think this is a nice alternative, and this I picked up at Sephora, so it's a lot easier to get than the Ben Nye powder. I've heard people rave about this highlighter, I don't know, ever since I've been on YouTube, so I finally picked it up, and it's the MAC Soft and Gentle MSF, and, you know, looks like that. That's pretty swatched hard, but if I just gently, yeah, nope, it's pretty bright. Not gonna lie, Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Powder, hands down, blows this way. It's nice, but if you've tried nothing else, you will, you know, think this is wonderful, and it is great, but there are better ones on the market. So I'm not regretting that I bought it. I'm glad I bought it so I know what to compare it to, but I will stick with the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Powder and Candlelit is hands down the best highlighter I've ever owned, and will continue to repurchase it. This was in a box that was sent to me to review. I'm not going to say the name of the box. I didn't like nothing about it really, and so I declined to review it. That's just my policy. If a company contacts me and sends me something for free, if I love it, I'm happy to do the video. If I don't love it, I think the polite thing to do is just not to say anything. It's sort of like the old adage, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I can pick on some of the products. So this was in there, and this is the Your Best Friend Charming Champagne Mechanical Eye Pencil. It's absolute, it's crap. It's chunky, it's not creamy, there's no pigment. I'm like pressing as hard as I can. There's just giant chunks of gold glitter in there. It was awful. It was awful. I don't know how anyone would like that. Don't buy that. And then lastly, I probably shouldn't own these. These I kind of, I don't know if I was supposed to leave these with Clinique, but I can show them to you now. See, it says preview sample. I don't know if you can see that, but on the ends it's stamped preview sample. And these are the brand new lipsticks that I talked about in my video with them that aired earlier this month. If you haven't seen it, I'll link that below. And these are I think they're only available online. They may have changed, and they may be available at Clinique counters. I've heard in the UK they are. I don't know if in the US. This is their wedding collection, and they're so cute. I do, Will You, and Honeymoon, and I've sort of been interchangeably wearing all of these. And I'm running out of places to swatch, but I will try. This is Honeymoon, so I'm gonna go with from what you ask last to what you do first. So this is Honeymoon, and it's just like a soft, rosy nude with a soft shimmer in it. So easy for everyday wear if you're not a huge color fan. It's like a step up from Nude. And then there is I Do, which is what you would have said before you went on your honeymoon. And I think this is what I wore in the video. I can't even remember. And this is, again, very soft, wearable, more of a rosy pink. Look at that sheen. So pretty on the lips. Whoops. And then the last one is the Will You. Maybe this is what I wore. You can see I've really worn these a lot. And this is more of a, I don't know, peachy pink shade. Warmer pink tone, I would say. It's right there. A little bit of coral in it. I think if you have a friend that's getting married, this would make a fun little gift, like all three of them together. And they're beautiful and, you know, your typical pretty Clinique packaging. I will say these wear about as long as you would expect a creamy lipstick to last. This is not like an all-day thing. You would definitely, if you're wearing this on your wedding day, you're definitely gonna have to keep this nearby to touch up. But I think these are all very flattering. Depending on your skin tone, you can wear pretty much all of them. So that's it. There's a few Aveda products in my box that I've decided I'll leave for a full Aveda video because there's a lot to talk about in there. Anyway, those are the latest things I've picked up along the way. Some I love, some not so much. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I list everything in the description box, so take a peek there. But, you know, I have my moments of absent-mindedness, so if I've left something out, please don't hesitate to ask me anything that you need to about these products. If there's something you think I need to focus on a little more in depth, let me know in the comments below. I'll see what I can do for you. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, I saw this tag going around on YouTube. I think many of you have as well. It's called #DearMe. YouTube started it. It's in honor of celebrating International Women's